Welcome to another video in the Salon Studio training series. My name is Vaughan, and today I'm going to teach you how to add your customers' details to Salon Studio. There are two ways of doing it really, and both of them are very fast, very simple, and very easy. First of all, we can go to the navigator button found in the top left-hand corner of Salon Studio. If I click on the button, a menu will drop down, and fifth from the top, you'll see there's a field that says Add a Contact. I can click on there, but what I'm going to do for today's example is I'm going to click on this icon found here on the main menu bar, the contact icon. So let's click on the contact icon, and you'll notice that Salon Studio immediately takes you through to the customer contact sheet. Now, how do you add a contact? Well, it's very simple. We've got a very big icon over here on the screen that says Add a Contact. All you do is click on that button. As you do so, the client contact window will open. Now, before we add in any customer information, there's really one or two very simple but very important things that I want to share with you today. You'll notice that some of these customer contact fields like account number, first name, last name, and client contact are all highlighted in red. And the reason for that is very simple. You'll notice up at the top here it says Save, Close, and Save Anew. These are compulsory fields, and unless you fill those fields in, Salon Studio will really not allow you to save this client card. The reason for that, once again, is very simple. You've got to keep accurate customer records on Salon Studio. After all, your customer contact database is your business. Customers determine whether your business is going to succeed or fail. Customers pay your rent and your salary. So you've got to make sure that your customer contact details are accurate. So let's get started. How do we go about adding in a customer's name? Well, very simple. Let's start up at the top and work our way through sequentially through the client card. First of all, we're going to assign every client an account number, and Salon Studio will take care of that for us. So what we'll do is we'll click on this button over here, and you'll see this lady is assigned client account number 46. When I load the next client in and I push this button, Salon Studio will automatically make the next customer client 47, and so on. Let's now click on the first line field, and we're going to add in a client. Let's call her Jane Smith. We'll put in Jane as her first name and Smith as her second name. Now, I must just stop and mention here that it's very important to make sure that your client's name is spelled correctly. Remember, if your client's name is incorrect, she's going to see that when she receives an SMS from your salon, and if you spelled her name incorrectly, it's going to make you look extremely unprofessional. So make sure you do things properly. Next, we're going to go to the client mobile field. If I click in this box and I leave my mouse there, you'll see it says no spaces, for example, and it gives you the number. Now, when you load your client's contact number, please make sure that you put in no dashes, no spaces, no plus 27s. All we need here is the simple, plain client contact number. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to insert some very important client dates. The first date we're going to put in relates to when did this client become a business with you. This client, let's pretend that Jane Smith has been a client with us since, let's say today, which is the 23rd of December. All I do is I select the day, and you'll notice Salon Studio automatically puts in the day, the year, and the month. Now, this is a very important day because if you look on the left-hand side of Salon Studio over here, in our contact group folder, there's a little folder called New Clients. If I add in if I specify that somebody, let's say Jane Smith, became a brand new client with me today, Salon Studio will immediately file her in the New Clients folder. This means at any point in time, I can click on the New Client folder. I can see how many clients I brought into my salon this month, and not only that, I can also figure out how to get all of these clients to come back to me a second time, because then they're guaranteed to be mine. The next thing we're going to do, and this is very important, is your client's birthday. It's very important from now on to get your clients the year, the month, and the day that your client was born. Let's imagine for this example that Jane Smith was born in, let's say, 1985. Let's pretend that she was born on the 15th, let's make it the 15th or the 18th of September. So we'll click on the 18th. And all you do is use the arrows to select the day, the month, and the year. Now, if a client is married, we're going to put in a wedding anniversary. If a client is single or divorced, you can leave the wedding anniversary blank. For this example, let's show you how to do it. You're going to click on the drop-down arrow. Once again, you're going to use the arrows here to select the year. You're going to select the month. And let's pretend and say that Jane Smith was married on Saturday, the 17th of June 2006. Simply select the day, the year, and the month. Now we're going to put in your client's address. What you'll do is you'll go to this drop-down arrow over here, and there are a number of different addresses that you can use. If you want to use a postal address or a home address, or both, you can use both of them. For this instance, we're going to use the home address. So simply click on the home line. Let's pretend that this lady lives at number 123 Main Street. Let's say she lives in Bryanston, and that's a suburb of Sandton. And what we're going to do is, you don't need to fill in the year, but we'll fill in the postal code. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to specify your customer's occupation, because if you know what people do for a living, you know what to charge them. So let's imagine that this lady is a financial manager. Very importantly, you will also want to find out, are your clients on Twitter or Facebook? Because if they are, Salon Studio would love to teach you how to connect with those clients online and start making lots of money. After all, it's simple, it's quick, and the best part about Facebook and Twitter is it's 100% free. So let's pretend that Jane Smith is on Facebook, but she's not on Twitter. Then we will just tick the Facebook box. Now at the bottom, there's a very important little client card here that says things I must remember about this client. Let's imagine that Jane Smith likes tea with 1 sugar and milk, and her daughter's name is Sally. Any important notes or any important information you need to remember about your clients, please make sure you put it into this note field.